So today we are going to do something that I have been wanting to do all season, but I've not had enough cherry tomatoes to do it until now. So every cherry tomato that I like the best is ripe all at the same time. I've waited on that all season long, but I planted a couple of them a little later than I did the others. The Snow White cherry I planted later, and the Brad's Atomic Grape I planted later. So anyway, we're going to try those tomatoes today, and I'm going to tell you which one I think is the most delicious, the most prolific, the most beautiful, the most disease resistant, and anything else I can think of to award something to one of these tomatoes. I love them all. They all have great flavor, but I'm going to try it two different ways. I'm going to try it first, my favorite way, which is with no seasoning, salt at all. The way that I eat these tomatoes most of the time is without salt, because I just pop them in my mouth. But today, just for the sake of taste test, I'm going to try it with salt and without salt. So here we go, y'all. I'm really excited. I think I know which one is going to be the winner for the most delicious, which is the most important to me, but it's going to be a close race, so we're going to see. Okay, so here they are. Here is my 4 favorite cherry tomatoes. So this one right here, see if I can maybe capture some of that color. It's a yellow tomato with some red striping. This is called the Sunrise Bumblebee. And not only is it a beautiful tomato, but it is also delicious. This one is the Black Strawberry Cherry Tomato, and this one is loaded with color also. When these first become ripe, they are green down here on the bottom, and then the shoulders up here where they are still really dark are black. And this is the most beautiful tomato I've ever seen. I'm just going to tell you, I have already awarded this one the most beautiful tomato. It's a gorgeous tomato. I'll tell you what though, this one is not far behind. This one is so multicolored as well. This one has some green, some red, and some of them have more red than others. It's got some yellow in it. It has some black on the shoulders. This is called the Brad's Atomic Grape. It's a beautiful tomato also, and it is a sweet tomato. I love the flavor of it. I've never tried them all side by side though. So last year, this was my favorite one. This is a yellow cherry tomato. It is called the Snow White cherry, and it was so sweet last year, and it's just as sweet this year. But I've never compared it to other tomatoes, not side by side anyway. So that's what I'm going to do for you all today. We're going to decide which one is the most delicious, which one is the most beautiful, which one is the most prolific, and which one is the most disease resistant. So we're going to go over all of those things today, and then I'm going to give you my pick at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and cut them open and see what they look like on the inside. Look at those tomatoes, how beautiful. There's the Snow White cherry, the Black Strawberry, the Brad's Atomic Grape, and the Sunrise Bumblebee. They're all beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to start with the one that I think is probably going to be my least favorite with flavor, which just happens to be the most beautiful one, which is kind of odd. So I'm going to be trying the Black Strawberry Cherry Tomato. And not that I don't like it by any means. This has great flavor, and I have used these probably more than anything in my macaroni salad because it has that really fabulous acidic classic tomato flavor. It is so good. It is perfect for stuff like that. And I've also made a lot of the cucumber salads with this, you know, the one that has the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the vinaigrette with it. So I've used it for those kinds of things, but just for eating fresh out of the garden, this is not my favorite, but it is delicious. So we're going to go with this one first. Well, like I knew already, it is delicious, but it is not that flavor that I'm looking for in a cherry tomato. What I personally look for in a cherry tomato is the sweetness, and the sweeter that they are, the more that I like them. So let's see, let's do the Sunrise Bumblebee. Now that's more like it. The Sunrise Bumblebee is a really sweet tomato, a really mild flavor. It's just delicious. It's a great tomato. And I put that in the macaroni salad too, because even though I like the classic tomatoes in the macaroni salad, I love throwing in a little bit of tomato that has the sweet undertones like this one does. Let's go ahead and try the Snow White Cherry. That was my favorite last year for a reason, y'all. It is so sweet. It's just a different kind of sweet than the Sunrise Bumblebee. It is so delicious. It's going to be a close race. And last but not least is the Brad's Atomic Grape. This is a new one to me this year, and I'm so excited to have this in my garden. It was a late start, so it does not have the same amount of tomatoes yet, so it's hard for me to tell if it's going to be as prolific as some of the other ones, but just judging from the very start of it, I don't think it's going to be. Anyway, let's try this. Wow, I really like that Brad's Atomic Grape. You can taste the sweetness of it, but it also has some smoky undertones like the black tomatoes, like the black Cherokee. The purple Cherokee. Purple Cherokee, black cream, you know, all of those that have that real smoky flavor in a tomato. This has some smoky undertones, and you can taste them coming through the sweetness of the tomato. So far I'm liking the same one that I liked last year as far as flavor goes, because like I said, I really go after those sweet tomatoes. So let's try them all with salt now. All right, we're going to go in the same order. We're going to do the black strawberry. It definitely makes the black strawberry taste better, because like I said, that black strawberry has that classic tomato flavor, the real acidic flavor. Let's do the Sunrise Bumblebee next. Wow, that's different. It's like the salt flavors it, but the sweetness of the tomato just comes bursting through after you take that initial taste and think that, oh, that's pretty good, but then that sweetness just comes jumping through. So that's really good. I love that flavor. Do the Snow White Cherry. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I don't think we're going to beat the Snow White Cherry this year. I think the Snow White Cherry has it again. But we're going to move on anyway, just in case. You never know what the little added salt might do. So let's try this last one. This is the Brad's Atomic Grape. Wow, that is different than anything I've ever tasted. It kind of reminded me of the Snow White Cherry in the way that you have that initial saltiness on top of the tomato, and then that sweetness just comes bursting through. It was kind of like that with this tomato too, but different, because like I said, it is sweet also, but the sweetness is a little bit different, because it's like the sweetness mixed with the smokiness. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I think I like that one better with the salt. Okay, sorry, I made a boo-boo. There was one that I forgot, so I'm going to throw it in the mix real quick, because this one is so delicious. It is going to have to be in the running. So this is a tomato, and I just call it the Sam's Club tomato, because I got this one from some tomatoes I had purchased last year in a little variety pack. It did not have the name of the tomato on it, or any of the tomatoes that was in that variety pack, but it is a beautiful little tomato. It's got a little point there on the end, if you can see it. It has the greenish black on the shoulders, like some of the other tomatoes that I have, And this red, and I don't think this picture really does it justice, but that red gets a really deep purpley red whenever they are really ripe. So we're going to try this one real quick. I know I've already said that the Snow White cherry is the most delicious, but we're going to give this one a go too, just in case. So I'll try it both ways, just like I did the others. So without salt. That is a really sweet tomato too, and it is so delicious. This tomato has something that none of the other tomatoes have, and I've never had a cherry tomato that is quite like this. But these cherry tomatoes have a real thick wall. So, and I've made a lot of salsa with these this year because they are so easy to just slice in half, scoop the seeds out, put them face down with the skin up on a bread pan, and just roast them a little bit, and the skins come right off because they have fewer seeds than most other cherry tomatoes and less gel. So I really like this variety for that reason, and I will grow these again next year because of that, and I will always put these in my salsa. But they are really good fresh out of the garden as well because they are sweet. I don't think it's quite as sweet as the Snow White cherry, but it is still sweet. Now we're going to try it with salt. That is very good too. That is a good tomato, but like I said, I just don't think I have found anything this year that's going to beat that Snow White cherry. The Snow White cherry is still my favorite. This one is definitely the most meaty, even though I didn't really have a category for that. But this one has also been the most prolific, and it has also been the most disease resistant. So it's a great tomato. So I will save these seeds, and maybe one day I will find out what this tomato really is, but it's delicious. Okay, so the results are in, folks. So the most beautiful is the black cherry tomato. The most delicious is the Snow White cherry tomato. The most prolific is the Sam's Club tomato, and the most disease resistant is the Sam's Club tomato. Even though they are all delicious, they all done a great job for what I grew them for. I will definitely always have the Snow White cherry tomato in my garden. I will always have the Sam's Club tomato in my garden. I will probably do the Sunrise Bumblebee again, and I will probably do the black cherry tomato again because both of those go so good together in a macaroni salad. I will grow them for that purpose alone, y'all. It was so delicious, and both of them mixed together in that macaroni salad. And the beauty of the black strawberry cherry tomato in that macaroni salad, you just couldn't beat it. The colors of that tomato against the white of the pasta was just beautiful. It's the most beautiful macaroni salad I've ever made, you guys. So anyway, thanks for joining me in trying to decide which tomato was the best this year. I hope you all have a great day. God bless you.